at the end of the interviewer looked at me and said, you know, they're calling you the 51st senator. And I said, I don't know what you mean by that. Who's calling me? Well, he goes, the folks who look at these races and try to figure out who's going to win. Because right now we're down 4 in the U.S. Senate. It's 53-47. If we pick up 4 seats, then it's 51-49. And then Olympia Snowe is going to retire, so we're going to have to win 5. Because that's going to go to a Democrat or an independent who's going to caucus. So we got to win 5 seats. 5 seats. And Florida is going to be key. Now, when I first got into this race, there were 3 other people in the race with me. Mike Herodopoulos, Adam Hasner, and Craig Miller. They're all not running for this seat anymore. At the time, Connie Mack said he was not going to run, and now he says he is running. And there's some real differences between Connie Mack the 4th, and that 4th part is key. It's not the dad, it's the son. There's some key differences between us, principal differences. One is, we have a very different view of spending. He voted to raise the debt ceiling. I voted against it twice. I'll never vote to raise the debt ceiling. We've got to have some discipline in Washington on spending. He voted to raise his own pay. Not only would I not vote to raise my pay in Congress, I think that members of Congress should take a pay cut until they balance the budget. Connie Mack IV was the most strident Republican critic of Arizona's attempts to protect and seal its own border. He said for a law enforcement officer in Arizona to ask you for your identification was the equivalent of Nazi Gestapoism. I think if a law enforcement officer in Florida or in Arizona is stopping you for a lawful reason, it is ridiculous that they can't check to see if you're not here legally. Ridiculous. We shouldn't be rewarding people who have broken the law. There's also a difference is that I showed up for work when I was in the U.S. Senate. Connie's missed most of his votes this year, including the vote on the budget. Now, if you're going to talk about being for fiscal discipline, you should probably show up for the budget vote. Not only did he miss Paul Ryan's budget vote, later he said that Paul Ryan's budget was a joke. It's not a joke. It's a serious attempt to solve a serious problem. So we need serious people up there. I'm not even going to get into his character problems. You've probably seen that stuff on that. If Bill Nelson gets a chance to run against Connie Mack, that whole race will be about character, and we will lose. Bill Nelson doesn't have a bad character. He's just a liberal who gets nothing done. If I'm the nominee, it'll be about policy and the future of this country, and Bill Nelson won't be able to hide. What other questions can I answer? Yes, sir.